place for the grandpas. We got the boy sitting on the wall. Excuses. Alhamdulillah. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What'd you say? Go get a knife. Go bring a knife. You hear what he said?
Yeah. Come here.
No, don't even worry about this guy. Let's buy him with him. Don't even worry about it. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Tonight, the ninth night of Rabi'ul Awwal, 1440 after the hijrah of the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam. Alhamdulillah, we're here again by the permission of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, reading from the three fundamental principles. And alhamdulillah, it is like we are few pages down to finishing this book. This is very important. It's a very important book. Walillah alhamdu wal min. And tonight, bi'idhnillah, continuing the reading of that which was the dalil or the evidence of the resurrection. That after the people will be resurrected, وَبَعْدَ الْبَحْثِ مُحَاسَبُونَ وَمُجْزِئُونَ بِأَعْمَالِهِمْ. That after that, the resurrection, that the people will be given their recompense. And one of the adillah that alhamdulillah the shaykh brought last time was that from the adillah of the bahth, that is aqli, from the adillah that is aqli, from the aql, right? The aqli, the adillah from the intellectual proofs, is that if Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala will not resurrect the people, then it will be necessary to say, rahmukallah, it will be necessary to say that the creation of the human being, it is something that is in vain, no purpose. Because حيث إنهم يعيشون منهم المطيع المتقي المؤمن بالله ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم ومنهم الكافر الملحد الزنديق والجبار والمتكبر والعاصي كلهم يعيشون ثم يموتون دون أن ينالوا هذا المؤمن شيئا من جزائه أو ينال هذا الكافر وهذا الزنديق وهذا الملحد وهذا التاغي. And likewise he mentioned حفظه that if there was no resurrection, it is necessary to say that the creation of the human being is in vain. The ninth night of Rabi'ul Awwal, that the creation of the human being will be in vain. Why? Because Rabi'ul Awwal, Rabi'ul 1, Rabi'ul 1. Because in this life you have the people that live on this earth, meaning those who are the inhabitants of the earth. You have among them those who are the righteous ones. You have those who are the pious ones. You have those who are the believers. And you have also among them those who are the evil ones. You have those who are among them the atheists, meaning those who say they don't believe in nothing, they don't have no belief. And you have likewise from them the zanadiqa or zindiq, the heretics. Likewise you have the jabbar and the mutakabbir. And last week we mentioned about that al-jabbar is one of the names of Allah. Al-mutakabbir is one of the names of Allah. But here it is to be defined differently, because it is in regard to the creation. Right? It is to be defined differently because it is in regard to the creation. Anybody remember what we say al-jabbar? Naam, Abba Munira. Right? For any description about Allah is praiseworthy, but more details in that. What we say last week, we read the statement of Ibn Kathir. We mentioned one of the people of Tafsir that Ibn Kathir quoted.
Allah has power over everything.
Very good, that Allah subhanahu He has power over everything from His creation, and He has will. He has the ability. This is Al-Jabbar. And also it is that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, He doesn't have no need from no one, and everyone is to find their sustenance from Allah Ta'ala. Right? And we mentioned Al-Mutakabbir. Right? The Mutakabbir meaning the one that is in regard to the creation, it is the arrogant one. So Al-Jabbar, when it is said in regard to the human, it is to be translated to be a tyrant. But if it is in regard to Allah, He is the one that has full ability over His creation. Al-Mutakabbir. Al-Mutakabbir. When it is said in regard to the creation, it is someone that is arrogant. And the Prophet ﷺ defined arrogance for us. He said arrogance as, I remember last week Abu Munira mentioned that, which is that the person that he reject the truth. And he, Hassan? He denied the truth and, second? I'll give you the answer. I say, I already gave you the answer. Look down on the people. Right? You understand what I just said?
Look down on
Right, look down, and look down upon the people. So this is the meaning of arrogance. Right? Someone that rejects the truth and he'll look down on the people. All right? Huh? You did? Why didn't you revise it? When you write it, if you write it, there is no sense of writing it and forgetting about it. What's the point of writing it? But you write it and you revise, or you write it and you reread it, alhamdulillah, read it and go over it again. So he mentioned Hafidhahullah. Then all of them, and Al-Asi, likewise the one that is disobedient, they all live on this earth. He said, كُلُّهُمْ يَعِيشُونَ ثُمَّ يَمُوتُونَ. That all of them, they will live and die. He said, دُونَ أَنْ يَنَالُ هَذَا الْمُؤْمِنِ شَيْئًا مِنْ جَزَائِهِ. Without the believer gaining any from the reward. أو ينال هذا الكافر, or for the disbeliever not to be receiving any punishment. Would that make sense? It will not make no sense. And you find that this one is a heretic, and this one is a atheist, and this is a oppressor, a tyrannic oppressor. He say, hal, meaning he is oppressor upon the people. Would they will just leave and die without receiving no recompense? Now the Shaykh Hafidha, he say, hal yaliqu billah an yutraka an-nas hakadha duna an yujazi ahl al-iman bi imanihim wa ahl al-ihsan bi ihsanihim. He say, is it befitting to Allah or for Allah that He will just leave the people like that to live and die just like this, without rewarding and recompensing or retributing the people of Iman for their Iman and the people of Ihsan for their Ihsan? Is it befitting for Allah to just leave the people like this, to live and die, without rewarding the people of belief for their belief, and to reward the people of ihsan for their ihsan? What is al-ihsan, Muhammad? Ikhlas. Ikhlas is sincerity to Allah alone. Ihsan. What is ihsan? Naam. Ihsan good, yeah, but what is ihsan? What is the meaning of ihsan? Hassan? Ihsan? You in there, Adam? You in there too, Abdul?
Worship Allah as if you see Him.
You heard?
But that you don't
To worship,
see Him, but He sees you.
know that you don't see Him, but He sees you. Ihsan. Now, it is important to write this down and memorize it. Ihsan is to worship Allah and ta'bud Allah ka'annaka tarahu. That you worship Allah as though you see Him. فَإِن لَمْ تَكُنْ تَرَاهُ فَإِنَّهُ يَرَاكَ. Right? And knowing that you don't see Allah in this life. But you worship Allah as though Allah, knowing that Allah sees you. Not as though, but knowing that Allah sees you. Right? Al-Ihsan is to worship Allah كَأَنَّكَ تَرَاهُ, as if you see Allah. But know that Allah is not to be seen in this life. Right? Allah is not to be seen in this life. Yes, Ahmed. Huh? Or Muhammad? Yes, Muhammad is dead. He is in his grave. Alayhi salatu wassalam. Anybody say that I seen the Prophet in a wakeful, he's lying. Tell him you're lying. And you know the Sufi, they say that, by the way. They say that the Prophet visited me yesterday. Seriously.
They see Allah.
Huh?
Some say they see Allah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Akhi, some go to the extreme to say that I seen Allah. Taba'an, some go to the level of craziness.